I'm Jenna.
I'm Clara.
And welcome to The Cutting Edge.
On December 1st, MEHS hosted the annual wrestling tournament. Let's go to the mats and check it out.
I'm Mr. Frisky here with Mr. Goldsberry, the tournament director of the 2018 Mount Edgecombe Invitational Wrestling Tournament. Mr. Goldsberry, what's your favorite part of this tournament?
Favorite part about it is being able to watch the students here at Mount Edgecombe participate against all the other schools in the region, and also teams coming from Anchorage, Oregon. So it was a great turnout and great for our kids and great wrestling.
All right, thanks, Mr. Goldsberry.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. I'm here with 182-pound champion Agatha Andrews. Agatha, what was your favorite part of the tournament?
I'm excited about regionals coming up soon next weekend, and most of all, state, wrestle new girls, reclaim my title as 182 girls champion.
I like to see that the kids are growing, and I like to see that there's a lot of change in people, and they learn a lot of great habits in life, and they learn how to be successful.
He's trying to escape. He's got that single leg in him.
I'm Ethan. I'm from Macac, and my favorite part of the tournament was placing in my first tournament ever.
Hi, I'm Albert Dundas, and I'm from Sitka. My favorite part about the tournament was wrestling with my nephew from Sitka High.
Andrea, how was the tournament overall?
Overall, the tournament was really good. There was some very competitive matches out here.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was being able to wrestle girls from out of the state.
Congratulations to the brave wrestlers who won the Boys and Girls Regional Final this past weekend in Ketchikan.
I'm here with Mr. Goulet, and I'm here to ask, what is your favorite part about the wrestling tournament?
My favorite part of the wrestling tournament is all the different schools and the different competition that some of these wrestlers have not seen all year. So we get to see a lot of our kids in a lot of different, matches over the weekend. That's been my favorite.
Stay tuned for exclusive coverage from regionals and the upcoming state tournament in Anchorage.
Way to go, Braves! If you are interested in educating us on your hometown, our Alaskan Stories may be the thing for you.
There was an opportunity there to share your own story, and they said, come and sign up. I thought I can make an impact.
Oh, I'm Chad Brown, and I'm from Kungiganek, and I'm a senior.
I'm Andrea Cook, and I'm from Heidelberg.
And my story is about my hometown and how me and my family go hunting, fishing, and berry picking every year for subsistency.
I wanted to share that addiction can be healed through your culture, your traditions, your songs. I would really recommend this to anyone that is interested in sharing who they are, showing how beautiful our culture is and how much value there is in knowing your identity.
It was a pretty good experience, but it was pretty hard to be consistent with editing and filming. There was a time where we had a 5-hour editing session.
The filming process is a little bit tedious, but it is definitely worth the experience, and it is worth the outcome.
If you would like to join the Island Institute and your classmates in creating the third Our Alaskan Stories, join Mr. Fitz's Google Classroom with the code QL0RMW and complete the linked form. Remember, if you want to share your story, enter the Google Classroom code QL0RMW.
Come along as Jenna checks up on 2011 alumni Katie Riley.
Hi, I'm Jenna. I'm here with our 2011 alumna Katie Riley. You want to tell us a little bit about your journey after MHS?
So I graduated in 2011 and I went to the University of St. Andrews in St. Andrews, Scotland, and I got a master's degree in international relations and Italian. And from there I went to Madagascar, southwest Madagascar, and worked for a year and a half in a marine conservation organization.
Wow.
So, a bit about what I did at my journey sort of into the international realm started here at Mount Edgecombe. I left my junior year to live in Milan, Italy for a year and go to high school there. And so it was really interesting to see the differences between the schools and the curriculums and the people as well. And I think it's really important for people to travel and expand their perspectives and think about things in a different way, you know, encounter viewpoints that they might never have encountered where they're from.
Yeah.
But from there, I had traveled a lot before with my family, and I've always been very interested in meeting new people, discovering new cultures, and I decided to apply to university overseas, and I ended up in Scotland.
Wow.
So I went to school with people from all over the world, all different backgrounds, and it was an amazing experience.
What's your favorite memory of MHS, like when you think back on high school or anything?
So my favorite memories of Mount Edgecombe are hanging out with my friends in the dorm after study hour, hiding under the beds during study hour, and checking out my friends as well to hang out at my house over the weekend and get a bit more home time sort of for them. And then another memory of Mount Edgecombe that I look back fondly now that maybe I didn't so much before was the teachers and how much passion they have for the students here and how willing they are to forge relationships with all the students and really try their hardest to make sure that you advance, because you don't find teachers like this everywhere.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely a really cool characteristic of Mount Edgecombe.
What did you all learn from being at boarding school and here in general?
So Mount Edgecombe taught me a lot about sportsmanship, actually, good sportsmanship. And we had lots of, competitions with people from all over the state. And what Braves were always known for was being really good sports.
Yeah.
Win or lose, rain or shine. So definitely taught me that being a good sport is very important, regardless of how well you perform in an event.
So what's next for you in your life?
So currently I am moving back to Sitka. I am a commercial fish tender. I work on the EAC, and I am working with volunteering with several organizations in town, as well as participating in conservation efforts, local conservation efforts. So one of the big things that Mount Edgecombe taught me was it was the first place I heard the phrase, think global, act local. And as I traveled, that became very apparent to me what exactly that meant. And we're very fortunate here in Alaska to have such a pristine environment. There's problems, of course, but they're not nearly as bad as you would find in other places. So I think that there's so much that is possible to be done to conserve the natural beauty that we have here, and that's what I'm going to be focused on doing next. The advice that I have for Mount Edgecombe High School students would be encourage everyone to do things that you're scared of and step outside of your comfort zone, because that is truly the only way to live a full and interesting life that you are proud of, is if you step outside of your comfort zone and you do things that you didn't think you were capable of. That's the only way to get to know yourself. So,
thank you, Katie, for coming and sharing your journey after MHS.
Thank you guys for interviewing me. It was lovely to talk.
Thanks, Katie. Mr. Fitz's U.S. history class teaches us a little bit about the Gettysburg Address.
154 years ago, Abraham Lincoln spoke at the dedication of the cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. His 2-minute speech continues to resonate across time and space. Here's a dramatic rendition of Lincoln's words by our second period U.S. history class.
"Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent
a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation,
or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure.
We are met on a great battlefield of that war.
We have come to dedicate a portion of that field
as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live.
It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, and we cannot hallow this ground.
The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here
have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract.
The world will little note nor long remember what we say here,
but they can never forget what they did here.
It is for us, the living,
rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work, which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced.
It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us,
that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause,
for which they gave the last full measure of devotion.
That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain.
That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
And that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Wow! That was historical.
The semester is almost over. Christmas is around the corner.
What are you most excited for about Christmas break?
I'm looking forward to going home and spending time with my family and friends.
During Christmas break, I am going to go trapping and spend time with family.
During Christmas break, I'm going to get to see my little brother. I'm excited for having my sister come home for the winter.
I'm excited to not have school and to be able to sleep in.
What are you most excited for about Christmas break?
Is that sleigh bells ringing? What are you looking forward to? College and career guide Mackenzie DeVries just dropped by with his tasty lunch invite.
My name is Mackenzie DeVries. I'm your college and career advisor, and I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about a new program here at Mount Edgecombe High School. It's called Brown Bag Lunch, and once a month we're going to bring different professionals from the community into Mount Edgecombe to have lunch with students. It's a great opportunity for students to ask questions, to find out how these folks got into the different career fields and the things that they can be doing now to help them get into that career field. This month's Brown Bag Lunch will be this Friday, December 15th. We're going to have Dr. Grace Huang and Nurse Jen from Search Hospital in to have lunch with students. Dr. Huang specializes in obstetrics, which is a field of medicine related to pregnancy and childbirth. She went to Boston University for medical school, and she's worked all over Alaska for the past 7 years as a doctor. Join us this Friday, December 15th during lunch in Cuspec Hall, room 211. That's in one of the Star Center rooms. Pizza will be provided, but please be sure to sign up so I know how much pizza to buy. You can sign up to come to this brown bag lunch with any of your teachers. Just let them know that you're interested, or you can email me, Mackenzie, directly.
Delicious. Make sure to stay tuned to the cutting edge.